Yep. We hacking live. Let's make another Blood Elf. Type 1 Blood Elf. What kind of names do you have for me? I actually kind of like this. Although the names are terrible, but you can kind of tweak them. They're so atrocious, most of them. That. Hmm. Oh, yeah, bold. Oh, yeah. I don't know why they made all the Blood Elves so fucking happy. That bothers me more than anything. Short ears. Fuck. Sure. We got corrupted because we were short. We had short ears. Alright. Let's do Exiles ratio. It was like a million times better than any of the old Star Zones.
Soldier of the mighty Horde. A disparate band of races united in their pursuit of freedom, honor, and glory. A Horde expedition sent to explore an uncharted island has recently gone missing. As a bold new recruit,
Yeah.
you have joined a rescue mission.
Why is edit mode locked here? It's so retarded. Can literally never do anything right. Not once. I hope Affliction is the Shadow Bolt spec. Oh yeah. Nightlight on. I have nightlight on. Okay. We want XP. Can we kill them with one corruption? Corruption has cast time. And I don't know. Barely. Barely. Hello, Moist. This game sucks. That's what you're asking. But it's a game where you can play some characters. The main thing I really like about playing MMOs is playing like class fantasies and stuff like that. This is one of the only games where you can do it. Because most other games don't really have much. So at least you can do that, I suppose. I just resubbed for a month. I don't think I'll resub for 2 months. When I'm not buying the expansion. We're just making a new character. Play Eve? No. Eve has literally nothing that I want. Raw meat. Don't kill me. Unending Resolve. Summon Demon. Hardens your skin, reducing all damage you take. No, I don't necessarily want autistic MMOs. I want MMOs with like... that are good. But there are none. Like, I already know all the MMOs on the market. I've played almost all of them, so... But this game is basically unsavable. I don't think there's anything that they can or could do that can save it, because it's just... I just think all like theme park MMOs are just slated to die. I don't think they can live in the long run. Are you serious? All I'm gonna do on this boss is recasting corruption? Okay. Recast corruption. Okay. Did it. Where are we going? There. Fear. Curse of Weakness. So we don't get anything useful until... ever. Level 10. Okay. We have the full build. Classic. There are no monsters to kill because someone has been here. Like 1 second ago. Why did he cast so fast? Does he have like mega at speed from Heirloom Gear or something? This is such a bad MMO. Like, the overworld is literally unplayable. It only works if there are no people there. And that's not how an MMO should work. The game should become better when there are some people there. It shouldn't become like... because it's literally like ruined if there are people around when you're playing World of Warcraft. And it's ruined in modern World of Warcraft. And modern World of Warcraft has like kill sharing and stuff. Now, Classic is even worse. Oh no, I don't think there are any more quill boars, so we have to kill these guys. Yeah, it's retarded. Like I go on about it a lot, but Guild Wars 2 is literally the only MMO. Every other MMO other than Guild Wars become worse because there are other people there, and Guild Wars is the only one. Final Fantasy XIV has the fates, but doing fates in Final Fantasy XIV is just not an enjoyable experience. Because they're so shallow, it's just like kill a bunch of monsters forever. Then it's like mega slow. If you level with Fates in Final Fantasy XIV, you are going to lose your mind because it's so fucking slow. When you could just do dungeons. Okay, Guild Wars 2 is not horrible. It's just not good. But there are no good MMOs, so you know. If you want to play an MMO, you basically just have to pick your poison. Final Fantasy XIV is the best one if you want like story. But if you don't want story, it's literally the worst one. If you want to play with a friend, Guild Wars 2 is the best one. If you want a good raiding experience, World of Warcraft's probably not the best one, but it's like the hardest one when it comes to raiding, I would say. But all the raids are so autistic and annoying. Or Lost Ark. Lost Ark is also a good raiding game, but it's like, if you want to play Lost Ark, you're basically choosing to play a job, because you have to log in every day and you have to do your daily shit every day, and it's like that's the whole game. You just log in and do daily shit, and then there are like chores that happen at certain times on the day, and if you want to finish that, you know, like you have to play the game at this hour, and it's just a horrible experience. MMOs are not in a good state. And there are no MMOs on the horizon that actually look good. Literally zero. There's not a single one. And like, when I say that, I know that I say that about everything, but it's not in like a everything is bad Robin way. It's like they're literally fucking atrocious. It is not good. Which is sad because it's my favorite genre. Do I not have the buff on? Oh.
Mother, I tried to stop the ogres on my own, but I failed. My strength was
It lasts for
not
8
enough.
seconds.
The horde
Oh,
is
did they
strong,
remove Demon Skin?
Not when we fight alone, but when we stand united.
I mean, it makes sense. It was a really stupid ability, but...
As you command. The ogres are using necromancy to raise a dragon from the dead.
Look at her face.
Sacrifices like us to fuel their magic. They're about to start a ritual that will...
This game is so... The thing is,
They're going to use the life force
the
they have
better
to
looking they
reanimate
make
the
this
dragon.
game, the uglier it becomes. It's kind of funny. Like, the graphics and the textures and the models, they 100% look better. But because they still keep, like, the game still plays and animates as goofy as it did back in 2004, the better your graphics are, the more you need animations, and everything, like all the details need to be more and more fine with that. So when you still keep like your Warcraft 3 animations and you have much better better textures, it just clashes really hard. I played PlanetSide as well. I mean, that's just Battlefield. Guild Wars 2 actually has a mode like that. It's exactly PlanetSide. It's called World versus World versus World. I don't really play it because I don't really want a PvP anymore. It is a way to play the game. Like, you can only play that if you want. But it's not very fun solo, but neither is PlanetSide. It's fun when you can join other people and actually do things, because when you go alone, you're gonna be up against like 2 people and then you die. But you can always just join and follow the Zerg too. Oh, there's... Well, you don't need to pick up all the quests here. Do it anyway. Alright. Let's slowly jog our way over there. It is old school, just pick up quests and level experience. It just doesn't hold up. They need to figure out a new paradigm. How to make these games. Because the whole game should be the game, right? Like, that's the main issue with this game. Now, at least. Most of the game doesn't matter anymore. Because there's nothing you can do outside in the world other than just doing quests. And quests are story. And if you've done the story once, why would you do the quest another time? Just... Why would I want to read the story like 7 times? And if you remove the story from the questing experience, and the story is terrible, then all you have left is a running simulator. And that's also not very good. And that's why Guild Wars 2 is the best MMO, because you can actually just play the game without doing story. And every time you go through a zone, it's slightly different, because you run into different events than you did the first time. All things like that. The game isn't quest-based in the same way. It's event-based. Let's hope this guy doesn't kill me. I think we'll be fine. I haven't played New World, it's too expensive. I don't want to buy a piece of shit game. But I want to try it, but it's too... Or I missed the sale. There was a sale like 2 months ago, and I missed it. So I didn't want to play it at that time. But from what I hear from everybody is that New World is terrible, but it can also be fun to play. But it still seems like it is still terrible as well. Am I still in combat? Is that even possible? But I have heard both good and bad things about it. The bad things seem to be that the game is just extremely unpolished overall. And has, like, no soul. Like, the world seems... Like, the overall design of the world seems really, really poor. In my opinion, but I haven't played it. Like, the expansion they released is called, like, The Rise of the Angry Earth. And just that title alone is enough to make me not want to play the game, because it's so fucking uninspired. The next time it goes on sale, I'll definitely grab it and see. I think it's free to play after you buy it, so... But I don't really care about that. It's not something I look for. Like, Guild Wars 2 is also free to play. It used to be buy to play, right? But they made it free to play now, since there are so many expansions you have to buy. But not having a monthly fee usually just means that the game is horrible, because it's filled with microtransactions and trash, and that's what it is. Yeah, it is a ChatGPT title. It's terrible. Like, Guild Wars 2 is so bad when it comes to, to microtransactions that you have to, like, buy bank space. First of all, if you want to buy the whole game with all expansions, it's like $60. And then I don't know if that's enough, actually. It might be more. And then you also have to buy the Living World chapters if you want to play the story of the game. And that's like another $40. And on top of that, you need to pay for bank space out of pocket. And if you want to change the way your character looks, like in World of Warcraft, you can just go to an NPC, you pay gold, and then you can change the appearance of your character. Or of your gear. But if you want to do that in Guild Wars 2, you have to pay real money. Like, they introduced a thing called a transmutation charge. And this transmutation charge lets you change the appearance of an item. And you get these transmutation charges by playing in some... from certain things. Like, going around and fully exploring like an area will give you transmutation charges. But you get so few of them that unless you're max level and you're like, you have the gear that you want, you don't really want to do it because it's just a waste. So for most players, like, it's just a feature that's not there. And what's funny about it is that when the game came out, this was not a thing. So this is something they patched in. Like, in the beginning of the game, you could just go and change your gear, the appearance of it, at any time. And then they removed that and patched in pay to win for it, basically. Because they were like struggling to make ends meet and monetize their game because they were not doing a monthly fee. And that's why I'm like, it doesn't make sense. And that's why people who look for MMOs that don't have a monthly fee are generally deluded, like they don't really understand why it's bad to not have a monthly fee, or they're like Brazilian and they have an economy that is fucked and they can't afford $15 a month, which is fine. I understand that, but it's just terrible. Now, then you have the other end of the spectrum, which is World of Warcraft, where you have to buy the game for $60 every year, like every 2 years. It costs $60 every 2 years. You have to pay $15 every month, including the month you bought the expansion. So the expansion is actually $75. And actually the expansion is just $50. So it's $65 that month. And on top of that, they have an in-game shop with, like, you have to pay shitloads of money for $25 to transfer a character to another server so you can play with a friend. I mean, you can do that now, but there are some things that you can't do. Or change a faction, $30. If your friend plays another faction, you're fucked. You have to just re-roll and make a new character. And then they have, like, you know, shitloads of mounts and shit in the store. They have actually, like, actual transmogs that are exclusive to the store. So, like, this is the other end. It's over-monetized as fuck. I don't even think expansions should cost money. Like, if you have a game that costs $15 a month to play, the expansions should be free. Like, there's no reason for it to cost money. They're just leeching money from people. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't cost that much money to make an MMO expansion, but you need to actually charge for it. Oh, it's insanely expensive. It's the most expensive MMO on the market. Unless you can't control yourself and buy microtransaction stuff in other games. Because then there are a lot of other games that are more expensive, like Black Desert. In Black Desert, it costs like $40 just to buy a colored sail for your ship. And the ship is basically useless. You need to pay like $30 to get a tent that gives you like a little sales guy that you can sell to and get a little buff, so you can grind better. On top of that, they also have like 2 separate monthly things that you can buy, like a pass and like a. And I think they have 3 different subscriptions, and they all cost like $15. Like, it's insane. Now that game is also monetized to hell. That was an unironic whale in World of Tanks like 8 years ago. Yeah, I could never do that. Like, even if I did have money, I don't think I could ever support that. Because I think it's just so scummy. Like, I'm not that... Like, I am insanely desperate. I literally sit around on my ass, like, half the time. And I'm, like, literally going insane, like, walking around in circles in my apartment because I have nothing to do. But I still wouldn't pay, like, out of my ass for video game content. Like buying Crusader Kings DLCs or something like that. And I think that they are also ruining their own franchise and studios with the way they're operating. It's very sad. Like Crusader Kings should be $40. It's a $40 game. Maybe. Like barely. Honestly, barely. It's like a $30 game. And the DLCs should be free. They should just always keep the game at $30. And then just keep releasing content. Because they would generate sales. But just by doing that. No Man's Sky can do it, and No Man's Sky is a piece of shit game. I don't even know how they stay afloat by doing what they're doing, but they are, so. It's a viable monetization strategy for any studio. I have no doubt. Are we done? No, we still have a quest over here. Dead Warlock's body over there. Because games, they don't run their course, right? If CK2 still costs $30 to $40, and it just came with all the expansions at that price, people would buy it still. Well, I mean, yeah. But do you also look at the price? Because that's what I do. Like, I look at these prices and I'm like, this is insane. Because buying the whole game, like buying Stellaris costs $200. You're basically buying World of Warcraft, except that you have to pay for like every month that you missed playing World of Warcraft. Like that's what you're paying for. What is happening? Old Grimoire recovered. What the fuck? The truth is, if you have a studio and you have like 4 games out, and you just keep patching those games are gonna keep getting players forever. Like there is literally no reason why they couldn't just keep working on CK2 forever, pretty much. Because making CK3, like CK3 is only worse than CK2. Because it doesn't have all the DLC that 2 has. It doesn't have all the mod support that 2 has. Like, it's just a worse game. So for most people, it's like not actually worth buying the game. Oh my god. I missed doing the thing. The marker disappeared. Like nowadays, when I look at a lot of games, I look at it and it's like $40, and then it also has a pass that's also $40, and that means I won't buy it because the game is $80. And it also means that the game is going to be $120 because they're going to release another pass further down the line. So, yeah, I don't understand what they're doing. Because I don't even think that games are over... Like, I don't think that games are... Like, games shouldn't be more expensive. They're like, there are a lot of people who think that, and they're out of their minds. Because they look at inflation and they're like, yeah, well, you know. And the logic is kind of sound, but it also is not. Yeah, I've heard that too about City Skylines, where everybody I've ever heard like say anything about Skylines in regards to playing it, it's like don't play it if you don't use mods, pretty much. I don't really buy into the whole it's only good with mods thing for the most part, but I don't know, maybe it's the case in this scenario. But like with Skyrim, it doesn't matter at all, really. With or without mods, it's still the same game, right? But for those who like the game for what it is, just want like more content and be able to build more things in the game, then yeah, it absolutely makes sense. And also what I was gonna say is that games shouldn't be more expensive nowadays. Because they, like back in the day, Warcraft 3 when it came out was $40. So you'd think, like, if you adjust for inflation, it would be like $80 or like $100 nowadays. But that is not the case at all. Because Warcraft 3 was a box-only game. And what that means is that the only way for them to sell it was via retailers. And the markup for a retailer to sell your game is 100% of the price that they buy it for. So in reality, Warcraft 3 is a $20 game. But you also have to factor in the cost of the game, like of producing each box. And that's like $5. So now it's a $15 game. Right? So then, like, that's what it would cost. And if you then inflate that, or if you adjust for Steam's cut, that's a 30% increase. Now we're up to like, I don't know what 15 times 20 is, or 15 times 1.3, 19.5. And then you multiply it by 2 to adjust for inflation. Now you have like a $39 game. And that's for a whole ass game. And that game like lasted us for a decade. But they basically maintained the prices for games after they switched away from physical production, because the overhead was just insane for them to not do that. However, it also means that indies have a lot more room to actually compete with AAA games, because you can sell indie games for $20 and make a good profit nowadays. Leave me alone. And most games aren't $60 nowadays. Most games are like $160. It's absolutely insane. That was a thing that they were talking about back in the day. Is this guy gonna fuck off anytime soon? Like, what is going on here? Oh, he was still aggro because my pet kept attacking him. Okay. It's cheaper to produce the same level of quality of product given the set amount of man hours. 100%. Nowadays, one person can make Warcraft 3 easily. Like, that's not even difficult. I could make Warcraft 3. Yeah, 100%. So in that sense, it's also way more profitable nowadays, especially for indies. For AAA games, it's not true. Making AAA games is like 100 times more expensive than it was back in the day. But that's because the studios are like 10 to 100 to like 1,000 times larger. And the larger you are, the more inefficient you are by like factors of magnitudes. Flash wave. Hello. That's also why I don't want to pay $120 for a video game. Like I was kind of, I almost bought Street Fighter 6, but the game is very expensive and the only character I really want to play is Akuma, and to play Akuma you have to buy the first content DLC. And now the game is $90 for a fucking multiplayer only fighting game. Like, I'm just not doing it. I'd literally rather play RuneScape Classic. I'm not even kidding. Now I don't want to play RuneScape Classic, but that's... If I had to choose between the two, I would play RuneScape Classic for sure. Or old school RuneScape as it is also known. Alright, what level are we? I have 4,000 gold. 4,700 gold. I've gotten that by leveling to level 50 via dungeons. This game is so unrecognizable from how it used to be. Corruption, and then my Voidwalker kicks his ass. And now there's one other guy here. There's literally one other guy who has been running in front of me. So now all of the ogres are dead. So I can't do the ogre quest. Now I'm very sad as well, because indies are basically what should be the backbone of the industry now, or what should be what we look to. But there's like literally zero indie devs that are actually doing things that are interesting. They're just making like Metroidvanias, and it's like it's not even interesting. It's like, even if you like Metroidvanias, they're just making Symphony of the Night over and over again. And that's fine, because a lot of the people coming into gaming are also new, so like Symphony of the Night was good when you played it back in the day, and those people are gonna have like a similar experience, but I think they're missing out on a lot by making the same game over and over again. Fortunately, most devs don't really know how to innovate. They also don't really understand that the market has changed. Like, you can't just make World of Warcraft again. and expect that to be a success. Because a large aspect of what made WoW popular in the first place was just that it was... It's the same reason like Skyrim is good to some people. It was just a thing, like you could just go into this world and just explore it, right? Even if you were doing like really dogshit quests that were bad from day one, it was still like a cool experience to just run around and leveling up different characters and seeing different zones and stuff. But nowadays people are so advanced at playing this game that they can barely even make like content for it. It's partially because you have like 9 million add-ons that play the game for you, but it's also just because the game isn't skill-based enough. So the raid encounters have to be like there are 9,000 million different super complicated strats where you have like 6 debuffs and you have to like rotate them around and like share them with your party members by standing next to them, but it has to be in like the correct numerical order and clockwise and shit. And like, most people can't get into that. Because back in the day, raiding was literally you go into Molten Core and then you just shoot Frostbolt at Ragnaros, and everybody could do that. I'm very bitter? Why? Almost time to do dungeons. We just have to do this last part here. There we go. Now, I'm not sure if I want to play Demonology or Affliction, but we can try Demonology first. Oh, Demon Skin is a passive now. Did we get anything for becoming Demonology? Hand of Gul'dan. This is AoE. Whatever, let's just put that there. Don't meet the requirements? Oh. Haven't handed in the quest. Two-man dungeon. censored my last comment? Maybe. I guess so. So what was it? True, dude. True. Can you have, how many imps can you have out? Is there a limit? No. I really love the new demonology. It's actually really cool. One of the few W's that Blizzard... though I'm not actually a hater for Blizzard patches and updates. I am, but I'm not. Like, I think that Blizzard has... They've actually made the right decisions for the changes that they've done to World of Warcraft. Like adding the Dungeon Finder and all of these kind of things. That was the right thing. And also, like, adding level scaling and all of this. Like, every part of the game. Pretty much. It's just that most of the time, they make the right decision, and then they, like, fuck it up, right? They make the right choice, and then they make another choice that is fucking terrible, that, like, nullifies the choice that they've made. But I also think that the game is just, like, doomed. I don't think that they can... I don't think that, regardless of what they do, like, it won't work. It won't work the way they're doing it now, and it won't work if they, like, return it to the way it was in Classic, where everything's, like, really difficult and takes forever. And the level scaling, it's also a problem, because instead of some things being difficult and some things being easy, everything is just easy now if you go outside. So it's literally just about, if you want to see all the content, you can do it in any order, right? But yeah, yeah. I think you're really far behind now. That was a while ago. I mean, the YouTube stream is literally at maximum 30 seconds. Also, I want to point out that they updated the UI and they fucked it up. Because they moved the unit frames from up here to down here, but then they, like, split them so far apart that you still can't keep an eye on both at the same time. What's up, Ukeb? We're gonna do some dungeons. Just finish this shit. I'm gonna get some water. Thoughts on the new intro experience? I hate it, but it's better than the older ones because it's faster. Like I've been doing the other ones, like the old ones, and there's just so much running in all of them, it takes forever. But even this one has too much running. Fell domination. I don't really care about fell domination, that feels like a PvP talent. Yeah. I don't know if you've played Ion, but Ion is one of my favorite like memories when it comes to playing MMOs, because the gliding that they have there is so much. It's honestly just a lot of fun, because you can run up every little hill and you can just hop and then you can just fly and glide like that. And Blade and Soul was good for the glide too. Yeah, most Korean games went with the glide after Ion.
Standing as a symbol of
Arcade also has the glider, but all of them feel worse than Ion in my opinion.
To barter goods
Now,
and muster their strength.
Ion actually had real flying too, and that was shit. Like, it was horrible. It was so bad. The gliding was much better. This part, I could do without. I could absolutely do without this part. I can skip it? How? Speak to her? Is it over? Is it too late? I think it's too late. Oh well. It wasn't that long. I don't read. I don't read WoW quests. I was going to download the voiceover mod, but it only works for classic, so we're not reading. Horny lizard. That was his name. Alright. Can you please... Why is it... Like, this, that's the only thing that's better about the other starts. Edit mode and the minimap is just enabled. I don't know why they do these things. Like, they're so overbearing when it comes to everything. And the fact that you can't just queue for all dungeons is so... Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, every time Blizzard makes one good decision, they make a bad decision that ruins the good decision. Why can't I just queue for all dungeons in the entire game when I'm leveling? Like, there's literally no reason for this. It's so fucking retarded. It's like they tied it together with wanting to... Like, they tied it together with time walking so that doing the dungeons is just attached to the current experience of doing that expansion, right? But it's just... Like, just give me a fucking option, you fucking stupid piece of shit. Yeah. Yep. Holy shit, this thing lasts forever. Oh, it does last forever. I'm gonna die. Oh man, when I've been playing DPS in queues. The queues are actually pretty good for DPS, at least when I've been playing it. And other people in this game are so fucking retarded. Literally nobody knows how to play the game at all. It's insane. Out the bitch. Like, I did Gnomergon, and I had a torrent tank, and what he did was he just jumped down to the boss. Like, that's what you're supposed to do, right? But he just jumped straight down, like the first place where you can jump down without landing on the cog. He just jumped down there, went to like 5% life and just died instantly. And then he spoke English, so I was like, you're supposed to jump down here, right? And then he just went to the same place, and then he like used a slow falling potion and jumped down there again, and then he died. Like, it's insane. And I did the Dire Maul, the Warpwood Quarters, where they skipped every boss, and they had like they had like raid transmogs on them, like all of the people in the party, and they skipped the bosses. They skipped Pusilin or whatever, and then they skipped like another boss. But then it was like they didn't know the correct path. They've never done it before or something. And then they just turned around afterwards and was like, oh, we missed it, and then went back like 2 times. It was Idiot players broke my will to be a dungeon finder tank. Idiot players is why I don't play anything other than a dungeon finder tank usually, because that's the only way you can wrangle them. Because if you have someone who is not a tank, because it's so easy to tank, right? Like, it's literally, they just turn tanking into being a DPS. So you're literally just playing a DPS like everybody else, but then you get like a hunter who is super stressed and is just running ahead of you and pulling everything, and it just ruins your day. I mean, even at endgame too, right? You're still DPS. It's just how they made it. But usually I just pull so fast that they can't run ahead and be stressed, right? For me, it's usually fine. Yeah, but that's fine. But you're still DPS. And I think that's a good change, because like a lot of people hate how there's no skill in tanking anymore, which is absolutely 100% true. But I also think it's just a better experience to just play it as a DPS character. Like, I do miss tanking the way it used to be, where you actually had to be skilled to actually hold threat properly. But I don't miss the days where you had to like manage threat in that sense, where people couldn't DPS or like because it was literally anti-game, right? We're not doing this. Oh, what am I looking for? I'm retarded. There. Yeah, exactly. Like, DPS gameplay is actually gameplay, while tanking Like if you tank in vanilla, you're like playing a Fury warrior anyway. So like there's literally no reason to go. Yeah, I've been watching Kungen stream and there's literally no reason to go protection. Like you go like 3 tiers in protection and everything after that is just like damage, and it's worse damage than in Fury and worse survivability as well. Is there a Twilight Nightblade here? Someone's doing a quest. Alright. Edit mode. W. There. Turn on my action bars. Hit bars. Drain Life isn't a real DPS skill. Yeah, but these are spenders, right? You have to use Shadow Bolt to gain the thing. And neither are an AoE spell. I mean, this is kind of an AoE spell, but I don't know if I really want to count it as that. Yes, it's also single target, right? Oh, well, let's put it on the AoE button for now. It is my main AoE? Okay, let's just keep it there then. And I guess there's no reason to not have the Fell Guard.
You cannot command me.
Why is he so tiny, dude? What is this shit? He used to be twice this size. They made demons grow as you level? Oh, maybe. That might be that makes sense. That was like my first thought, that maybe that was what they're doing. Where's my mount? Yeah, I'm going, bitch. I need my mount. It's far away, too. Don't make me log into my... I actually don't have a lot of mounts on my EU account either. Because I already have the mounts that I want. I have the Headless Horseman mount, and it's the only mount I use. Because I like the designs that are more down, you know, more normal, right? Locked. Source, see colors. I guess that's a quest or something. Only use the Raven? Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have that one. Yeah. I don't like those. I don't like wacky mounts. I like normal swords, that's why I use Shadow Fang. I am one-handing. We're going to Chromie. I don't want to do these shit. The Kiarji Cunt? I don't know what that is. We're switching to classic. Classic leveling is so much better. PBC and classic are like, they're okay. Wild level? No. Not via dungeons. They're too much work. That's what I feel like. Like, both classic and Outlands by zone, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a much better leveling experience. It is the Final Fantasy bird. But the intro quests are awesome. Oh. This guy has invincible. What a fucking nerd. Jesus Christ. That is a nerd warning right there. But yeah, doing like Lich King leveling, horrible. Like, the dungeons are so bad. There's like one-shot stuff in the dungeons. All of the dungeons are like, there's just too much to do in them, too much running around. A lot of the dungeons are just waiting around, fucking around, doing nothing. It's just horrible. Legion dungeons also take forever. Like the beach, when you fight like the big guy. Holy shit, like it never ends. And it's so boring. Some of them are okay, but most of them are like that. It just takes forever. Pandaria dungeons are okay. I don't mind them. And Pandaria also is like the last one where you still get a satchel of items. So like any expansion after that is shit just because you don't get the gear. You don't get like any gear at all because they also drop less gear and items. Let's just start with Cataclysm. I think most people do Cataclysm too, but I'm not sure. Fucking love Violet Hole. I remember when they released Legion, I was like, I hope they bring back. I hope they bring back like Violet Hole. That would be so cool, and then they did. Or not specifically Violet Hole, but like they should make more. They should make more dungeons like Violet Hole, where you're just like sitting around and waiting and fucking around, and then they did that. Not a piece of shit. Like, listen, they just don't know what they're doing with Blizzard. Ah, now we'll just have to wait how long it takes until we get this dungeon. Wonder what... Oh yeah, yeah. Actually wish most of the games, or MMOs in general, would adopt the Guild Wars 2 design philosophy. Like almost all of it. I honestly don't want or I honestly don't want raids to have power in them. I know we talked about that before, but I just can't get over it. I don't think raids should have power content as drops. I just hate that. I think that the games should be completely revolving around the solo experience. You should be able to do everything as a solo player. don't know if you watched the Ghost Crawler interview for his new MMO. It's the worst MMO I could ever imagine. They're making the worst MMO. He announced that they're making the absolute worst MMO possible. They're like making World of Warcraft with everything that's bad about World of Warcraft. But they're adding like a solo instance where you can just go around grinding solo in like a procedural instance, kind of, with procedural content. So they're making World of Warcraft, but they're solving all of the problems with World of Warcraft by like removing the MMO from it. Like the opposite of how it should be. Oh, it's so weird. It'll be interesting to see, for sure, but it's like, I don't understand at all what these guys are on about. And also, there are so many people who are like, oh, Ghost Crawler, like he was on WoW. But like, what the fuck did Ghost Crawler do on WoW? No, he was like a balance guy. He was working on balancing and stuff. Oh, I don't know. It's like he worked on Legion. Like there was like a Ghost Crawler crab in Legion. I don't know. Like I don't know what people expect. Like he's a guy who has literally nothing to his name in reality. Like I don't even know. He worked with Riot for a while too. Like I don't know. Here's. I guess we'll see. And they're making a game with 60, like, I don't know what it was. It's like 58 classes or something at release. Or it was like more than that. Now, it's not as insane as it sounds, because World of Warcraft has like 59 classes right now. Because every spec is a different class, right? So, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if hunters were always the top DPS. Not anymore, you share a large amount of spells between specs. Yes, but it's still true. It's still, you still play completely different depending on the spec. This, now we can expand it to actually get dungeons. Because now we are searching all the dungeons. Oh, why is this not, I saw... What a fucking retarded developer studio. What a fucking dumbass. The function is in the game. It's just like you can't do it. Where's my party? Why did I spawn back here? Where's my class coloring? Were they not far enough into the dungeon for me to... That was pretty based. What the fuck, dude? How have they not killed this boss yet? They're doing like 10 DPS? He dies like in 5 seconds. See that glitched out? Like where the fuck are they? Are they? Oh, now they have killed him, I think. Maybe? They're kiting him to the next boss? Okay. You good? Alright, let's see if we can get top DPS here. I wonder if it's a waste to use corruption. I think it probably is. There are a lot of specs where you kind of just delete some abilities from your bar, because they're useless now. No. Did it wrong. We did it! We did it, gang! It is, yeah. However... Yeah, okay, they're all level 30. Yeah, it's insane. Like, I noticed that when I started playing on my first character, I was kind of disappointed with how easy everything was. But when I was playing my warrior, the more I played, like, the harder the game became, and it became, like okay difficulty-wise. It's kind of weird. Yeah. I don't know if you need to bother with like desummoning your pet and stuff nowadays. I've never really played Warlock much. I think I'm gonna do the rune to get rid of him though. I hate the pet. I don't really like pet classes that much. I really like the way they made the abilities work though. You feel more like a pet class in that sense. Oh, you can't? Well, okay, whatever. I can still play with it. It's not that big of a deal. I want to play Shadow Bolt and cast Shadow spells. I mean, we'll try Affliction too, I guess. I have never heard about any of those abilities. When I played, yeah, when I played it was just Unstable Affliction. But I pretty much always played Destro. Pretty much. Well, I don't know. Back in the day, I felt like most people just played Affliction, like in Wrath. I cast Corruption, which was a bad idea. His bot looked so ugly. He just shoots out like a green sausage. I don't know what it looks like now. The Incinerate, when it goes along the ground, that one was kind of weak. I don't know what it looks like now. A squiggly line along the ground, then it's the same. Worse. Okay. We can try it on some training dummies or something. I like this though. I don't like having threat though. This guy is, yeah. How am I on the damage meter twice? Oh, that's my pet, I guess. Okay, so I'm actually like giga insane. I can't find combined pets. Demonic Pirate. Let's take a look. No reason to go up there. They removed the encounters down here. Well. This is the most reworked dungeon in the game. Yeah, I think so. Did they rework Dead Mines twice or just once? I think they did it twice. So sad that they nerfed Arcane Torrent. Or at least for what I want to use it for. I mean, I feel like now it can be better in some situations, maybe. But I like using it for tanking. But they implemented it in challenging shell, so I'm like not, well, kind of, not really, but kind of. So I'm like, I'm not that depressed. So you can still pull big groups and AOE interrupt. Through a curse. You know what they haven't fixed though? And that's been in the game since forever. If you change your hotbars inside of an instance, when you come out, the hotbar is reset to the way it was before the instance. That's still a bug. That has been a bug for like 5 or 6 years. That's intentional. It's not a bad thing. That is a bad thing. It's terrible. Makes no sense at all. God damn it. Stop attacking, you stupid bitch. Where's my pet? Is he dead? No. The game just doesn't work. I think the grapple's like I got out of the grapple. Copper. Sweet. Thick. Demonic Core Demon Bolt. Turns Dreadstalkers into an AoE. Belguard deals more damage. It's an AoE. I don't know where the training dummies are. There are any here. Let's just go there then. Ah. Oh. Just click a critter. And damn, this guy's a genius. Where do we find a critter? I don't see any critters. We're going the wrong way as well. Walked past a few critters, or a few training dummies. I don't think I walked past any. I am not falling for this. No, I didn't. You cannot prove this. That guy was not a critter. Two snakes? Ah, no, there are no snakes. There's a critter. But now we're all the way over here. Let's just go to the training dummies. Where the fuck are they? Horse? Oh. Oh, is that so hard to find? I don't know. I think that looks better than the previous one, but I thought that one was really bad. What about this one? Does it still look like a sausage? Oh, that long one looks a lot better now. The previous one, the biggest issue with it was that it went like up, and then it went forward, and then it went down. It was so scuffed. This looks a lot better. Head soul, fuck off. Maybe we should go back up again and look at affliction spells. Corruption is instant right away here. Okay, so this is the AoE. Or one AoE, see the corruption is also the AoE. Yeah, this is a bit boring. Unless you can get Shadow Bolt procs somehow. Nightfall. Yeah, I could play that, but we'll stick with Demonology. A real man's spec? What's that? Resto Shaman. That's what you're playing. Windwalker? I could actually play Windwalker. Because the Qs aren't that bad. Sell something here. Play Arms Warrior? I could play Arms Warrior, since, again, the DPS queues aren't that bad. Like, when you're streaming, it's still kind of shit, but when you're playing it offline, you can just kind of... You can just queue, and then alt-tab and, like, look at Twitter until the screen flashes. And then you go back in and play the game. Yep, not worth it. So, honestly, transmog, it makes such a huge difference in how much you enjoy the game. Like, when I was leveling my warrior, I went from having like really dog shit looking Outlands gear to just changing what my character looked like to something I enjoyed, and it just felt so much better. Like, just pressing the buttons feels nicer all of a sudden. I fucking hate classic players. Like, whenever Asmongold says that transmog is bad, I just shit my pants. Like, it's just so cringe. Fucking hate it so much. Like, this thing about being able to look at someone and be like, oh yeah, this guy, he's done Molten Core. You, I do not give a shit. I do not give a shit. Holy shit. And you can't, you can't transmog to something you haven't completed either. The only time it actually becomes, like, cringe is when there's cash shop items involved as well, right? But yeah, that's what I did. Like, when I was playing before, I was just doing all the old raids. I was just gathering gear, transmogging, but it's also boring. Like, I don't think it's actually good content, but it's something to do, right? It's like literally one of the only things to do in the game if you don't raid or do mythic dungeons or PvP. Which is kind of bad in its own right. The yes, like I've been watching Steel Mage play the new RuneScape League. And while RuneScape is a piece of shit game, I've been looking at it and I've been realizing, and that's also why I don't think that raids should have like the best gear or anything like that, because even though the game is a piece of shit and like everything that you do is retarded, like you're literally just standing there like cutting emeralds for 9 million years or whatever, like it's all trash, but it has those things, right? It has things to do. Like, you're always doing something. You just log in, you just play the fucking game, you progress your character alone, and you can... Like, I don't know how much of a party game it is at all. Like, I don't really think... I don't really think any MMOs other than Guild Wars are, like, real party games where you can play with people. But that's a strength. Like, that's an actual strength, where you can just log in and just play the game and just do things and just interact with the world. And like, the world isn't, it's not like designed in a formulaic way where, like, in this game you're just doing quests and you're just going from quest to quest to quest and just grinding. Like, it has things, it has secrets, it has, like, it's all on the wiki, but everybody doesn't use the wiki either. So you can just go around and explore the game and just find something and, like, yeah, now I'm just gonna grind and shit and do something. The end game, which is actually engaging, I mean, that's very yeah, yes, I think you can have both, though. That is what I want. And I don't think that the game should just be about raiding. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I have raided. I've seen raids. I've seen modern raids. I have done mythic dungeons as well. And I know, I've seen them. I know what they're like. And they're worse. They're way worse than ever. No, because they're just giga overcomplicated. And like, if that's what you want, then sure. But it's like, the further WoW goes along, because it has the same issue as, yeah. Like, if you're just doing Dungeon Finder or Raid Finder, then who gives a shit? But like... I don't even like the heroic and mythic raid shit, like, whatever, dude. Honestly, fuck the... I fucking hate, like, Mythic Raiders. Like, fuck those guys. Like, the game shouldn't be for them. They can go fuck themselves. Like, I'm 100% serious about that. Fuck those guys. It's like less than 10% of the player base who actually raid as well. Like, I don't give a shit about those guys. Yeah, I know. I know. I was being generous. Yeah, I know. I saw an article on MMO Champion from ages ago, and back then it was like 4% of characters have the like Oversoul raid achievement. And I was like, yeah, okay. Can you not have class colors? There. I was pretty sure I had that. I don't know why it was. I don't think so. I don't think that you should have content like that. I don't think it makes any sense, especially not in this game, because it's all like story-based content. I don't think it makes any sense for that to be hidden. And when you start having content like that, the game just becomes only about that. What the fuck? This is Blizzard's own add-on that is having Lua errors. I don't think LFR did anything. It's literally a retard opinion to have. It goes back to the Asmon thing where, like, I was watching Steel Mage and he was also complaining about that, like how LFR let people get purples, and I'm like, who gives a fucking shit what fucking color their items are? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's just fucking some weird ass ego bullshit. It's so retarded. Now, if you were forced to do LFR every week, which maybe you are, that would suck. That is absolutely. It happened, right? Like, yeah. Yeah. But that's also one of WoW's biggest issues. Just fucking retarded mandatory shit. It's all, I mean, it's the biggest issue with MMOs in general. And that also goes back to my argument about why RuneScape is actually not like as terrible as it seems on the surface, just design-wise, but like gameplay-wise and graphics-wise and everything, yeah, for sure. But you know, it's just a game. You just play it. Someone is one-shotting all the monsters. I don't get to attack. It's a healer shaman who's casting lightning bolt. He's level 11. I like this. I don't have my pet out. Notice, but this guy is doing almost 4 times more damage than me. Like, that's not just scaling. Healers are just fucked up. Oh, is Resto extra special? I don't. I want to like Elle, but I don't want to play it if it just becomes pressing Lava Burst again. I like pressing, if it's only about pressing Chain Lightning, then I can play it. But if it's about pressing Lava Burst all the time, then I don't want to play it. I really love Chain Lightning. It's my favorite spell in like all video games. It feels nice. It's also why I really like Enhance as well, because you get to be both melee and press chain. It's pretty nice. I think it's a DPS loss for me to use any of my abilities other than Shadow Bolt at this point. Oh yeah, for sure. I need this one. But I guess maybe we should get the Demon Bolt first. Okay. Also, all the dungeons have a lot of quests, so you get more items from the bosses, and you get more items from the bag, and you get more items from doing the quests. So I find it really hard to justify doing like any post Mists of Pandaria dungeons for leveling. Soulburn. Now where do we want to go? Immutable Hatred. Reign of Tyranny. Gul'dan's Ambition. Where do we summon Infernals? Do you always get summon Infernals? Summon Demonic Tyrant. Oh, that looks pretty sick. Increasing the duration of everything sounds kind of neat. And we need this for AoE. Kind of a lot of buttons. Did they remove the Infernal? No, it's in... okay. Destruction only. Fair enough. The Tyrant has to hard cast shit? Hmm. Instant called Dreadstalkers. Oh, it does that by default. Okay. Okay. Is there any point in using the imp at all? Oh well. We'll see what we get as we go. Fuck yes, stockades. I don't remember, no. Only one quest. I don't know if I should bother. Let's see. No, I think just for pure AoE, it's better to just use Hand of Gul'dan on one shard. But I had proc. So my peanut brain has still not really figured out what causes this. Like when the imps run out. Yes. Go freak up the hogger. This dungeon used to be such a clusterfuck. You had to like run back and hand in quests and shit. I don't know. I mean, they redid it. Like, did it even have like proper quests? Like, I think they redid this one twice. I do want new unit frame, or yeah, unit frames, I think. Or nameplates, rather. I want new nameplates. The default nameplates are okay, but I don't think they're good enough. I won. Yippee! That's the whole dungeon? Yep. Of this skill, it's amazing. Ooh, epic riot stick. One more dungeon. Curse of Tongues, Curse of Exhaustion. I don't want either of those. Mortal Coil. Man, I kinda don't care about any of these. I remember when they added this, it was so cancer in the arena. It was like they added another Frost Mage to the game. It was so horrible. I can't soulstone myself? Here. I don't know what skills to expect to get. I don't really miss those abilities that were actually useless, like RP skills. But then there were skills like, I don't know if that's still in the game, like the ice walking for the Death Knights. Like that was an actually fun, like cosmetic skill, because it had use, right? That's the kind of thing that I think is important to have. But the useless stuff, I don't really care about. Like being able to see from somebody else's eyes. Wow. I don't give a shit. Pull the boss. I don't know how much damage this does. 191. But it says it does up to that much damage. Does that mean that it doesn't do that much damage from 1? Doesn't it just tell me how much it gets per? Now, watch as I'm gonna have to ninja pull like the whole dungeon. But there are too many tanks who refuse to do the quests when they don't have the quests, so you have to ninja pull. So you can do the quests. Oh, looks like somebody managed to do it on their own. I had it set to defensives and my damage has been shit. GG. Do some more ninja pulling over there. Heck yeah, dialogue dungeons. I'm doing a lot of damage. Oh yeah, I wanted to change it so that I can see the combined damage. Is this even worth using for damage? 231, 100? No, it's not. It's only for building. Soul shards. So it has a timer, right? I guess like I lose the thing. Alright, we're gonna do some tests here. See if we can see. Am I just passively getting soul shards? $75 crit. I think the damage also scales up, right? It's hard to tell. I don't know if the Fell Imps refund their whole cost. I don't think so. Not sure. What does it say? %. No, they do not refund at all. It's not even near. Dreadstalkers refund their whole cost, but imps not even close. That was close. The Dreadstalkers last forever, dude. 12 seconds? Holy shit. Okay, fine. One more, just because the oh, I have kill rock. Just because the tank is queuing. Hand of Gul'dan has a 10% chance to generate a charge of demonic core. And then the healer left the dungeon because we got sulfur rock. Yes. Oh, and no, it's not that bad. It's not even a problem. I noticed that hunters still taunt everything all the time because every hunter always has auto taunt on all their pets, so it's super annoying to tank. Like I don't, in theory or in reality, it's like a good thing that they take the aggro, but it's just super annoying to play with. You feel like you're okay. Find a healer. It's searching. What do you want me to do? Yeah, you can. Any tank can literally just go. As long as you just like tank it like it's vanilla, then you don't need a healer pretty much. Yeah, like the real truth is that neither retail or vanilla is better. They're both shit. But retail is better gameplay wise. It's just worse content, like role playing wise. Nah, it's better in 5% of cases. The one where you want to PvP or do raids. Otherwise, it's only worse. Well, transmogs are better, and Dungeon Finder is eh. No, it's not. We already said that it's what 5% of players do. Alright, we still don't have a healer. Mythic rating? No. Okay, I actually don't know about the heroic. What the fuck bothers normal rating? Jesus Christ. I don't even notice that we don't have a healer. Like, there's literally no difference. We got the distress beacon! No, the stacks do run out. Yeah. My auras? I've never used weak auras in my life. Immune to shadow and physical damage. Well, what am I gonna do then? Bother zapping that guy. I wonder if you even used corruption. Oh, you don't. Corruption is literally worse than Shadowbolt. Off the bar though. He's getting a little bit too frisky. Windblade with a Y. Oh! It's gonna die here. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna pull all of it without a healer? He is doing it. It'll be fine. You don't want to kill random ads. I actually like killing everything in the dungeons. Like, I've played this game hundreds of hours, and I still don't mind just pulling and killing everything. It's kind of sad that people are so stressed nowadays. Getting more twink gear. Sweet. How many imps do you get? Is it 3? I think it's 3, yeah. No, don't pull everything. Just kill the ants, dude. How many imps can you even have out? That's a lot of imps. Teleport out. Secret tech. High level tech. There's still people who don't know how to do this. I even forgot how to do this after I came back. Alright, there we go. Pet attack speed, pet damage done. Demonic Gateway. Shadow Fury. AoE stun. I like Shadow Fury. Let's go get Shadow Fury. Implosion. Let's get Implosion. Summon Sayad. It's a sensor, the succubus. Where are your titties, bitch? Show me your titties. Where are they? They're gone.
Waste my time, lesser creature.
But yeah, we'll stop there. It was a late stream anyway, and it's already like 2 AM. Go watch Chinese TV so I can sleep. Oh yeah. I might stream some more WoW tomorrow. We had a meeting today, so... Anyway, next time, thanks for hanging. Bye-bye.